Hello, my name is Mr. Gray, and I am glad to virtually meet you guys and see you in this strangest start to the school year ever. So, yeah, welcome to Honors Physics and welcome to Mr. Gray's science class. So, this is going to be a video for the asynchronous day. So, this is going to be for the what we call the Group B students. The Group B students will be synchronous on Tuesday, but you guys on Monday. This is your first class. So, a little introduction to class. So one thing I'd also like to point out is in the slideshow I'm about to show you, there's also the synchronous presentation that I do. You guys can go ahead and watch that one also to get a preview of what we're going to be doing on the next class. But let's just talk a little bit about the asynchronous day. So this is going to be the B kids will be doing it on Monday. The A kids will be doing it on Tuesday. Okay, so getting yourself oriented for honors physics, looking at the Google Classroom that I'll have you guys set up in, you're going to see on the first page here just this fall semester calendar. Now, this is going to be a really important resource for us, and I want you to notice how the calendar is like a hyper um, document, so hyperlinked document. I've got a bunch of links right here to all the different assignments that we're working on, and this is going to be sort of your calendar through the year. You can look back in time, you can see what we did in the past, getting you ready for tests and quizzes and things like that. Now, for the progression of our classes, we're going to have like a synchronous day and an asynchronous day. Now, depending on whether you're an A group or a B group, that's going to be like Monday, Tuesday, or Tuesday, Monday, and the same thing will happen with Wednesdays and Thursdays. And so notice on the synchronous day, for the A group, that's going to be Monday. Okay, for the B group, that's going to be Tuesday. I've got the schedule right here for you. And for the asynchronous day, that's going to be for the A group Tuesday, and for the B group Monday. I've got all your information right here. And so you can look at our calendar and all that kind of stuff. Now, going into our Google Classroom, we'll go into the classwork tab, and you're going to see this week's lessons right here. And I'm looking at the slideshow right here for today's lesson. Okay, so for today's lesson, the synchronous group, you guys are going to be doing something different. That's going to be the first part of the slideshow, see synchronous. The asynchronous group is going to be further down in the slideshow, right there. Okay, so we're going to start asynchronously there, but I got a few little intro slides here just to point out. So every day I'll have like the synchronous and asynchronous, the general lesson that we're going to be working on, just a quick overview of it, and the assignments that are due, okay? And they've got the calendar. And also, I want to point out that for this week, would you guys get a few materials? So the things I listed in blue, whenever you come to class, you want to have a computer and not a phone in class every day. You want to have a journal. If you don't have one, get it right now. If you don't have one today, you can do your work on paper, but then transfer it to a journal. But we want to have a journal. Now, we're not actually going to turn in these journals this year, so you don't have to do any tables of contents or anything. I just want you to be able to do your work in your journal, give good solid titles and dates, and then number things. And then you're going to be taking pictures out of your journal and sending those pictures to me. Okay. The other thing is, because some of these physics we're going to be doing at home, if you guys would have like a tape measure and like a timer and a camera, probably on your phone, a bathroom or kitchen scale, something to weigh things with, and a protractor, that's going to help us do quite a few experiments at home. So that's going to help us out with this class. So now I'm going to go ahead and just kind of skip forward. See, skipping past the synchronous day in our slideshow, and we're going to go to the asynchronous day. And starting there, you're going to see this overview is right here. So if you just kind of found it in there, it's right there for you. Then, because this is an asynchronous day, I want you to be able to ask me questions. And the way to do that is using Google Classroom. Okay, so in Google Classroom, you can either use class comments, and so let's go to Google Classroom to point it out. But if you notice, like when you're inside a lesson right here, you kind of go, let's see, so we'll open up a lesson. Okay. Actually, that's not where you want to put it. But you're going to see when you open your lesson, because you have to do this from your own perspective. There's going to be a spot in there where you can comment, and you can do like individual comments, and it'll say private comments, or you can go into the stream and you can do class comments too. Okay, so basically just getting used to using class comments or private comments to ask me questions. Now, I'm not going to be able to answer those questions while I'm teaching. So you're asynchronously working at home, and then I'm actually teaching in class here and doing stuff, so I just can't just jump in there and do it. So don't expect my comments to be answered right away. Okay, so you can expect they're just going to take a little while, but I will get back to you with the answers. The other thing is when you're working asynchronously, working in groups is going to be a really important thing. I'm going to get you started this week on our synchronous day with like partnering up with different people and getting to know people. But we're going to want to be able to get into our own study groups with friends and partners and things like that to help us out. So you can ask them for questions too. Now, asynchronous day, so I want you to look at a few things. One of them is the summer homework assignment. Now, this is only for IB students. Honor students specifically don't have to do this. But for the IB students, I want you to go ahead and look at the link and make sure you've done all of this summer homework assignment. It's all explained in the link right there. That's going to be due next week. Okay, so it's going to be something you're actually going to print up a document, do your work on by hand, and then submit it through Google Classroom for just the IB students. Okay, so take a look at that. Make sure you're on top of that, IB students. The next thing is the safety contract. I want you guys to use this link right here to fill out the safety contract. Now, there is a few spots in there where you're going to have to say, I know where the I wash, the shower, the fire blanket, all that kind of stuff is. There's a video right here. Just click the video. I run through the room and I show it to you in here. So you can go ahead and use that. But go ahead and get that signed. It's going to be one of our first grades. Following that, we're going to go ahead and do a math pretest. Now, you're going to see the link for the math pretest is going to be in Google Classroom. And that's going to be something that I want you to work on without any help from anyone, just on your own. And this is where we're going to see your level of math right now. This is going to be graded as just a participation grade for now, but it's going to turn into a real grade after we do corrections on it. So don't worry if you're not getting all the questions right. That's totally fine. That's what happens to most people. But I want you to spend 30 minutes on it. Limit yourself to 30 minutes. If you're going over 30 minutes, just cut yourself off and submit it and have those ones be wrong because I want it to be timed. Okay, so no more than 30 minutes. And the other thing we're going to be doing today is a presentation. And so this is going to be like a Google slide. And you're going to see the information for that on Google Classroom, but you're going to see a blank document basically where you're going to create 5 slides to talk about yourself. And then over a period of classes, we're going to do like a 2-minute, and I want you to practice the timing for 2 minutes. But you're going to introduce yourself on the synchronous day to the classroom in a 2-minute presentation based on that slideshow right there. Okay, so that's really it. So the assignments today are just like do the math pre-quiz, do the presentation, sign your safety contract, and just get used to being in the class asynchronously. So that's it for today. You guys have a really great day. It's a great day to be a Lakewood Tiger. Rawr.